In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep.
I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
Titties.
God damn it! Okay, we're live. Scott. Hello, welcome.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello, welcome to. Oh my god. Oh my god. The camera, the Twitch just like, no, we will not have this. Everything faded to black. Blink, blink. But we're okay.
Oh.
We're fine. We're fine. People see our faces.
All right.
Hello, welcome.
Okay.
God damn it, Twitch.
Hi.
Thank you for the lovely intro, and we are now on the 4th episode of They Talk Back. You know, we didn't totally do like a 2 week time skip. We're fine. We're good. We're back. We're so back. Like They Talk Back. And I'm not gonna try to. No, it's no one's fault. Everybody wanted to take a break, and we're all gonna chill. And now we're gonna try to slay some zombies, get some cannibals today, and I'll try not to put my superstitions in here as it is the 4th episode. 4 means death. I'm kind of freaking out. I hope no one dies today. That's all I'm hoping for. But yes, I'll do a quick round table for everybody to just introduce themselves and how they're feeling and their expectations for the sessions today. Just really short, quick, and we're gonna start first with the one on the I'm pointing top left. Let's go, Jack. Let's start with you. Introduce yourself.
Okay, great. Hey everybody. No, that's decent revenge considering I literally said titties before we went on. Hi everybody. And welcome. I like titties, and my name is Jack Squarepeg. You can.
We all like
titties. It's not particularly unique. Yeah, you like titties? I don't have them, but we can talk about them. We can have a discussion over tea and I don't know what this voice is. So I'm a professional game master as well as a consummate bullshitter, and you can find me on all the things with the label Jack Squarepeg. I also am doing a podcast which is recording episode 3 this Saturday. We are doing it's got a new name. It's called the Play Den, not the Play Pen, because Playpen was 2 podcasts. One was about climbing, the other one was about climbing on the dick. So
we had to do some copyright. We had to do some.
Well, I think it was less about that and more just like, do we want to be associated? Like we could email this very dead account and go take it down, but like that feels dickish, which honestly they might enjoy, so maybe we should do that. Anyway, you can also, if I'm allowed to post links, if you are keen, chat, you can check out the latest video that I did. The link is there. I am a Call of Cthulhu game master predominantly, and one of the best games we ever ran was the game Dockside Dogs, which is a loving tribute to the Reservoir Dogs movie. If you do buy that adventure from DriveThruRPG, you will play as Mr. Silver, Mr. Beige, Mr. Red, and so on. And then things get weird, which I'm sure you didn't expect in a Call of Cthulhu game. No spoilers, but if you plan to run the game, all of the tips and tricks on how to run it are in there. So you can check that out, and if you like it, do all the YouTube algorithm things, because we are slaves to the algorithm, and that is me. I am done.
Awesome.
Titties.
We love that.
Yeah.
As a low-key degenerate, I approve. Like low-key degenerate. Okay, Sin, you're up. Introduce yourself and your expectations for the session today.
So hi, my name is Sin. I'm a streamer as well as a friend of Denma's.
constant hostage to her TTRPGs, by the way.
With consent.
And so
Emphasize with consent.
and so today's expectations is someone's gonna die. That's what I'm expecting today.
Oh god.
Someone's definitely, probably, maybe gonna die.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Expectations. I mean, someone's gonna die at episode 4. That feels appropriate with the superstitions and all. Alright. And now we have on the bottom left, introduce yourself and what are you expecting for this session?
I ain't no bottom.
I did not
So you say.
scores and statistics say otherwise. I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean, to be honest, technically both bottoms.
No, I'm not a bottom. our
Wow!
our late night
Oh,
sessions
wow.
say otherwise.
Fuck the podcast. I want more of this. Let's go.
Anyway, that's enough
What?
personal stuff, right? Hello.
No, go on.
I am
I'm
the
gonna
Mad
write it
Bear
down.
Petra. I do stream every now and then. Haven't streamed for a little bit, but I do try to get back into it now and then. I play Tenza, who is a sort of outcast to most people, but was a forest ranger before the whole zombie apocalypse thing happened. And hopefully we'll see his friend Jacob's, I believe it was ex-missus, hopefully soon.
Yeah, in the society. Yeah, hopefully we'll get answers about the kids and all that fun stuff. All right, awesome. Thank you for that, Vishra. And then I'll short introduction. Short introduction. Then Mother plays. I play the farmer. I play Joe David, who is a reluctant leader and has nepotism baby issues of just carrying just a little bit carrying the family name and just being known because of her said family. Probably has family issues that she hasn't brought up about, but hanging out with this recent group is testing her limits and reverting her back to her emo phase, but we'll see. And expectations is, yeah, I would have to second say I feel like someone's gonna die. It's just with my superstitions kicking in. Usually 4 players in the 4th episode, someone dies. I don't know. It just feels the number. It haunts me.
Well, you're kind of manifesting it, to be honest.
Manifesting.
So it's your fault if that's true.
Yes. Death. It'll be fun though. It'll be fun if someone does die. For me, I'll be like, called it, and it'll be cool narratively. And yeah, that's about it. And I will now turn over introductions to Toby. Introduce yourself and feel free to walk us through the stories. Well, the session for tonight after your introduction, of course.
Yeah, so I'm Toby. I'm the one running the game. This is the Walking Dead RPG, and we're approaching it in a very sandbox way. Which is why there have been no zombies yet, save for that brief moment last session, because we're all in the farm. I need you to step out.
Never.
But otherwise, as far as the story goes, the group, long being comfortable in the farm, has discovered there are intruders in the farm. But complicating that further, there are now groups of people hunting the intruders at the farm. And no longer able to simply hide in the farm, the group now has to decide how they will relate to these two groups. Whether it's to form alliances with one, whether it's to hunt down the other, and so on and so forth. The story remains to be seen. Worse, one of the groups might be infiltrating the farm and making use of it as a hiding place much more than the group realizes. And that's where the danger lies.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, last session, the group learned of the society, which has built its base further north where a carnival used to stand. The map file, I kind of marked where the carnival would be in reference to the smoke and the farm. Um, the society is supposedly ruled by someone called Lady Jessica, who turns out to be the Jessie whom Officer Jacob um, has long complained to be his crazy ex-wife. Jacob claims that Jessica has the kids and he's been wanting to find her to see how his kids are. But supposedly, the people from the society claim Lady Jessica has been long searching for Jacob because Jacob has the kids. So this is a unfolding drama, which we will find out what the truth is. Beyond that, we have our group of cannibals. One of them being a young girl whose name in Spanish translates to lure. A young girl who had gained the temporary trust of Chris until Chris realized that he had been lying to him. And with that fractured relationship, it is now a question of whether these cannibals will simply be forced out of the farm or hunted down. I guess that's a good enough summary.
Yes. Very good.
So with our last session, with the group agreeing to work together to find the trio of cannibals, and some of the group eventually to visit the society, I opened the floor to the players to decide, do you want to have everyone present for the hunt for the cannibals? Do you want some of you to already be on your way to the society while the others are hunting the cannibals? What is your call as a group?
I don't remember who wanted to go where, so I seem to remember I was cannibal hunting. So that's me.
Pretty sure the idea was we all wanted to cannibal hunt before we left the
Oh
farm.
yeah, that's
So
right.
we're doing it as a group.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So if you look at the character sheet, the character keeper in the Haven sheet, I got a zomboid image which kind of nicely captures what your farm may look like.
Yeah. nice. Very good.
Could we get the link again for that, please?
Let me reshare
Just
it.
because it's been a minute.
Yeah, but it's the same as the character sheets. Sending it now in Discord.
Thank you.
Keep getting worried I'll press the wrong thing in Discord. Where is the chat? There. There. Link is sent in Discord.
Thank you.
So you have the main house. To the southeast of the main house, there's one of the sheds. Across the field is the barn house. That's where Tenza was staying. Then to the far eastern side is another structure, which is probably some storehouses and the like. Given this as the general idea of the farm, is the group going through the locations all together, or is the group spreading out within the farmland? Are you hitting multiple spots at the same time, or are you trying to scan through the place bit by bit as a group?
Let's split up, gang.
I was going to suggest more of like we should probably go in pairs, mostly because whoever we're dealing with definitely has the ability to ambush people, considering how Otto found Eve at one point.
Yeah, I would agree as well. It's just a matter of who's going to be paired with who. I think the most able combat proficient is Otto and Tenza, so like it would be
So they split up.
I would say split the pairs. I would err to Otto's discretion on who he'd like to be paired with, and I'll go with whoever. But ideally, Tenza and Otto be separated because they're both good at combat, and I'm not good at combat. I just have a shotgun. I in armor, but I'm not that good. Are we with the other group as well?
Combat when you can just point and click.
No, but god damn it. And who's the other group, the one in society? Are they a separate group as well that will scout?
That's your call as players. You could ask them to split up as well to join you guys. So it could be a player NPC pairing. Or
Yeah.
you could have them working independently, but I don't know if you trust them enough to go around
No.
the farm on their own.
No, I think two will go with Otto, and just for symmetry, Otto and Chris can go together if that's okay, and then Tenza and Joe, and then you guys have the two. I remember there were two, and then we can have the one main guy. There's like I know there were three people. I could have a conversation with the familiar, the one that knows
That was
the
Arjun.
Davids. Yeah, Arjun,
Yeah.
and then they could have the other two, the rookie archer,
Kevin and Judah.
yeah, and the guy who likes the magazine. That's how that's how I Zac Efron magazine thing stuck to my brain. So yeah, yeah, I think
Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's open the scene with Joe and your companions. The group is surveying what part of the farm? The house? The sheds?
I will say I saw where the girl went,
Yes.
so that narrows down a lot of the farm direct. I think the farm itself, like as far as he can tell, is fine. That would be what he told them. Whether or not that's true and they want to double check is up to them, but I would have
Mhm.
told them that.
Okay. So, given that you guys,
Okay.
you guys have more of the numbers, he could redirect. We could redirect Chris and Otto to where they saw the direction of the child, and we'll take the other spot.
Okay.
I'm done with that.
So Joe and group heads in the other direction, while Chris and group tries to continue following the trail that left.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Joe, as you give the house a clear signal of not finding any trace of the cannibals, Rosa comes up to you and can I pull you aside for a quick moment?
Sure.
I know this is urgent, but I am watching over the kids, and I think you need to hear this.
Yes.
She pulls you closer, and she tells you, these newcomers, you say they are from something called the Society.
That's what we've been told. Yes.
Did they say if they're a God-fearing society?
That's not usually the questions we'd ask, but we can. That's something we can inquire.
I just want you to be careful. We are facing an Armageddon after all, and children are the most valued resource for tomorrow. If they are seeking to build a society, they might have come for the children.
I'll keep that in mind, Rosa. Thank you.
May I pray for you?
This reminds me of a time when my grandmother says, "You may, as I walk. I'll keep the thoughts and the prayers following me where we need to go. The window to check for threats is still there. We need to catch
She nods
whoever it is."
and tells you it's all right. God is everywhere. And she forces into your hand the broken rosary that she has knotted back together in order to it to still look like a rosary. And she starts holding her hand up and muttering prayers as you walk away.
I do hold
So
the
you walk.
Yeah, I do hold the rosary that Rosa gave, and I give Rosa one more look and say, if you hear anything, if you see anything, you know where to go, you know where to bring the kids.
God will guide me.
That
the answer I needed, but okay. Stress.
And as you head off to join the others, not too far away from your spot, Chris is with who again?
No, with me, with Otto.
Otto and the two. Kevin and Kevin.
Okay, yeah, it's just making down notes. So Chris is with Otto, Kevin, and Jonas. Whereas Joe
sure.
is with Arjun and Tenza. Is that right?
Yes.
Did
Arjun's
I-
with
did I get-
Tenza and me. Yes.
All right. So Chris, you show the route that you noticed where the kid went, and as you show this, you note that between the farmhouse and the field, the trail does lead. It sort of loops around to the side of the house, and that's where you see a breach. You know how those farmhouses are raised from the ground, and then there's that small barrier below that basically provides a closing to avoid people to getting to where the piping of the house would be.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas, who's a bit hefty, looks at you and shakes his head. I won't fit down there.
So I'm looking. I've found something that leads to something under the house. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes. So imagine it's the hollow beneath the ground level of the house. Because the ground level of the house is actually raised from the ground
What has
itself.
led me here? Footprints?
The trail of the girl, which includes footprints and some shreds of her rag clothing.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so she jumped out the window and then has crawled under the house.
Yes.
Weird child. Okay. Sweet. Well, to be honest, I would probably just... I mean, I'll look at Otto for confirmation, but I'll probably just suggest that we check around to make sure that she didn't leave that area. And if that isn't the case, and she's still in there, I'm not going in after her. I'm probably just going to shoot my gun in the air and go, get the fuck out of here. To be honest with you. Like, she's trapped herself.
One thing that Otto is definitely going to do though is like at least shine the flashlight, like shine a light into the into the hollow,
Mhm.
just to see if there is any like things.
You drop to a squat, you shine the light into the opening. You could see, as far as the light shows, that the area beneath the house has a few they're foundational walls. Basically they're the load bearing walls, which
Mhm.
can be possible hiding places. You could see the pipes that are on the upper part of this crawl space. You could see the cobwebs. You could see um, the occasional pests that would be seeking refuge in this humid piping and warm spots of darkness to hide in. It's possible that there might be a hole in the other side of the house. So it might be a place where she could find a way to lose you. Or worse, there might be a way to access the house from down here.
Okay. Well, like I said, I mean, I would ask people to just look around, see if there's any other holes. That's what I would ask to do and do myself before we do it. Actually, I'll just watch this hole, and I'll ask for people to come around and report back. Do we see anything
Kevin
else?
giggles upon hearing you say that you'll watch the hole. Kevin is the guy who liked the magazine, just in case you forgot. Jonas turns to you, Otto. I guess we'll walk around and check if there are any other cracks out there. And again, Kevin cracks.
Yep. We'll go ahead and do a quick sweep around. As Otto is going to, of course, go one side, while he would ask the Jonas and Kevin to go the other way, just in case.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, Kevin starts walking. Jonas shakes his head as he accompanies Kevin, and you overhear Jonas. Can't believe that kid's running around. You think the older one's somewhere here too? As they're walking on.
Maybe.
Otto, you start moving in the opposite direction, checking the
Mhm.
perimeter of the house if there are any breaks in the lower part. And Chris, as you look through the crack, you feel the the movement of air against your face, which does imply there is there is passage of air there, that's why it's a fenced-like area.
Yep.
But it does make you worry. A place like this could have been a place they've been hiding in much longer than expected.
Well, there's not much I can do, so I'm just going to sit tight and wait before I potentially just kind of knock against it and go, knock it off, get out of there. Because, like, if once we find the holes, it's basically just a question of when, not if. So.
And Otto, as you go around the house, can you give me a quick scout roll? Do not forget to roll your stress as a separate dice.
Oh boy, stress. Oh god. How much stress do I have?
Scout is whips, so you have 3 dice.
Okay.
And then stress, you have 2 separate dice. Need to call your scenes with your NPC or PC anchor soon.
Okay, first I'll roll the scout. No fails or no successes either. And then let's roll stress. 2 6. Or rather, I got 2 and 6.
Okay. You continue walking the perimeter, and at one point, you spot, yes, that panel of the fencing is slightly ajar from the rest. Approaching it, you prod it with your hand, and you see it does swivel. Damn it! It's a makeshift door sort of thing.
Otto is just going to have this disgruntled and also slightly disgusted look on his face. Like, how the hell did he miss this? As he continues moving along.
So you don't go in to check. You just continue checking.
He's not going to go in. He's not going to go in through the door. Actually, is there a 2x4 or like anything near the door?
You want to jar it, keep it from opening.
I want to prop up something against it to keep it from opening.
No problem. You easily find nearby a trowel or something, and you stab it into the ground to act as a
doorstop.
As a doorstop to keep it from swiveling open. While you're burying it against the earth to act as that, you realize you can hear the voices carry as Kevin and Jonas are talking their way around the house. And you hear Kevin's voice. I don't know. Some of these dudes look kind of familiar, and I'm not sure if they don't remember or if they're pretending they don't remember. And you hear Jonas, the guy who had the bow and was offering cigarettes. Well, I know one of them was a dude I threw out of the club back before all the walkers started showing up. So I'm hoping he doesn't remember, because I don't want to be in his bad side. What about the woman with the armor? Oh, you mean Joe? Arjun said her name's Joe, right? She's got armor. What's up with that? I don't know. Maybe she's one of those role players or something. They come into view, and they don't realize you could hear their voices while they were walking.
Otto is gonna pretend he didn't hear any of that. Like, he's gonna look like he's focused, but making sure the doorstop is in place.
Jonas hurries to your side, drops to one knee. Whoa. So this was a spot.
Somewhat. Seems like they've made a makeshift door. You guys didn't see any extra holes or anything?
No, none on our route. Kind of reminds me of that video game, the one with Snake or something, where he's like crawling around and there's that alert whenever he gets spotted, but
Oh, yeah.
15 seconds and you hide and you can't be found again.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they're in there, there's definitely one way to get them out.
Should I assume this is happening nearby me so I can?
All right, we're
Well,
gonna be heading
Because
back.
I'm waiting by the.
Yeah, the three return to view, and you see them, Chris.
What's the go?
Well, there's a makeshift door on the side. That's about it. No, I put a door stop on it to make sure that the only way they're probably going to be getting out is through this hole.
Okay.
Just to reconfirm, like where under like this is under the house.
Yes.
Farmhouse?
So if you try researching houses in
Yeah.
rural areas, there's usually there's usually a staircase leading to the front door, because the ground level is actually raised from the ground itself.
Right.
And that crawl space is usually just so that if there's flooding, the house doesn't get flooded in. But it's also because it's a crawl space for the pipes, for the foundations and all this and that. Typically, a house has that sealed up. Nobody really crawls in there except maintenance people.
I'm gonna
Right.
sit on the ground and just go. Adultu, could you and the rest bring some wood? And I'm going to wait for that to happen, and I'm gonna grab my lighter, and I'm planning to smoke.
I
I'm
like
planning
how
to-
Jack and
I'm
I
planning
have the
to
same
smoke
idea.
them out. Yeah,
I love that you have the same idea as well, but
yeah.
there is one concern that Otto does have, which is basically is the smoke. That's why I had to ask about the foundation. If the smoke leaks in underneath.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, let's worry about it if she doesn't come out. But if you guys want to get that in the meantime, I'm gonna in the meantime grab just kind of bum on the thing, and I'm gonna say in Spanish, if you're in there, you haven't done anything to us yet, but these people are very angry. You have 5 minutes to make up your mind, and I'm not going to let you kill me.
No, Otto's already grabbing off to like go grab wood as Jack is like hitting up the side.
Kevin sees what you guys are doing and offers to help. He tries to grab some wood as well. And Jonas, on the other hand, is the first one to ask, if she doesn't step out and the smoke suffocates her,
Then that's her choice.
we won't really know either, right?
No, generally speaking, when people suffocate, they tend to make a bit of noise.
Jonas scratches his head. Well, let's hope this works. And as the fire's being set up, we cut to
Don't
the other
ask me
group.
how I know that.
Joe
Yes.
and Tenza.
Yes.
Joe, Tenza, and Arjun. The three of you are walking away from the house, moving towards the southeastern sheds. And in those sheds, that's where some of the animals would be. Arjun turns to you, Tenza, and asks, so you and Joe, I just don't remember you from before, Arjun admits.
There's this moment of that question's weird, but okay. There's this confused look, and he goes, Tenza's not of the farm. He's a ranger. He usually covers like parts of the forest up ahead. I think they usually have like seasonal spots. Right?
Arjun nods.
I look.
I guess I just wanted to know how you guys met. Did you meet before it all happened? Did you meet while surviving?
Like I just do like a nonchalant. It's like a passive aggressive. There was this part of and it was actually Jacob. I met Jacob. Jacob had a stray that came with him.
Wow.
He came with the package.
Wow. So
Arjun glances.
Yeah, you're just the add-on. It's like, well, and he's been useful given his park ranger. What park were you from? I like that's an actual question from Joe Toydstans. It's like, I don't even fucking know. What park did you look after?
Not really a park. It's basically an area. Basically, I patrol, making sure there's no poachers, no disturbance to the wildlife in a large area.
What he said. So yeah, he just came with Jacob, and that's about it. Nothing much to it.
The three of you step into the barn house, checking each pen carefully. You see the other animals that are there. Thankfully, they're not agitated. No signs of injury or being hurt. The three of you do spot that one of the pens, the water dish, the that metal container where the water would be, is missing. I forgot what it was called, but it's those large
The
metal
trowels.
Yeah, like that for the water.
You mean water trough?
Trough,
Or one of the
whatever.
animals is missing.
It's that thing. I kind of do that kind of like slap on the chest on Tenza to catch his attention, point at it. But I don't slap Arjun. I just point. But to Tenza, it's like, slap, look. Yes. And I kind of look, is there like a trail of water from the pulling, or it's just like, it's more like it was empty when it was dragged off? Is there like drag marks that we can look for?
The drag marks do suggest it was not empty when it was taken. And as you follow the trail out of the barn house, you do see that at some point it is lifted off the ground. And the tracks, not that clear, but it does suggest it's two people.
Is it two adults, or it's one small one and one slightly bigger one?
Thankfully, it's consistent with the findings so far of the group. One suggests a younger person, barefoot. The other one suggests a more adult person.
Okay. Where's the tracks at least generally dragging to out of the barn?
Back to the farm.
I look confused. Why would they drag it back to the farm?
Arjun cups a hand in his pockets and seems to be looking for something. Eventually, he pulls out from one of his pockets a small piece of plastic wrapped candy. You hear the crinkle of plastic as he opens it, and he pops the mint into his mouth.
I would just say
Not part of your routine?
no. I mean, we don't try to move Trows out of the spot where the animals would need it, so we'll check the farm. Unless you have any bright ideas, Squints.
Just a stray. I'm pretty sure strays aren't birds.
Really? You're gonna do this now?
We'll head to the farm.
Okay. It's like there's this like
Hey Joe, Arjuna looks at you. Um, Maybe Tenza and I can do one last check here in the barn before we follow you to the farm. Sounds good?
Yeah, I would. Like, it's like, it's a farm. I will walk alone to the farm with my armor and my. Yes. Yes.
As you're making your way back to the farmhouse,
My horror brain's
Arjuna,
going, you're being an idiot. You're being an idiot. But I'm playing the character, so it's fine.
Arjun turns to you, Tenza, and asks, is it just me or do I feel like there's some friction how everyone seems to refer to you?
Most people don't like me. Knew her family beforehand, and she doesn't like me, so that's why she calls me a stray, because she doesn't want to be mentioned being knowing me or anything like that.
But just to be transparent about this, you're not like in danger or anything, are you?
Let me show you. He basically moves and shows the evidence of what's happened to his clothing and stuff, where a piece has been stabbed into where the neck is.
Are you insinuating I did that?
Was this the cannibals or is this your companions here in the farm?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Uh,
Dude.
I would probably say this is more so from cannibals, and judging from things, the other one was sleeping on the roof of the barn, considering that they have a bunch of stuff up here as well.
Well, it's just that I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it almost sounded like a number of your companions here aren't too keen having you around whenever they talk about you. And if you don't feel like you're welcome here in this farm, the society will always welcome you with open arms.
I see how it is.
I mean, I owe a bit to the owners of this farm ages ago, her parents. So it's sort of more like a favor back to them here. But hope the offer will still stand if things go wrong.
Well, no pressure. Just I was once stuck with a group and things just weren't working out with them, and I realized the longer I stayed, the less human I felt. I wouldn't want you to end up in a similar place mentally, if you know what I mean.
Well, the thing is that they don't like me too much because I've adjusted a bit quicker with dealing with these things at a more brutal level.
I guess I could imagine. I mean, I heard some people out there are even like cutting up the dead and using their body parts as faces. And he pats you on the shoulder and starts walking towards the farmhouse.
Wouldn't be me.
Oh. Oh my gosh. That I wasn't
Perhaps
there.
keeping that practice a secret for now.
Yes.
As the three of you make your way back to the farmhouse with Joe ahead of the others, quick cutting back to you again, Joe. As you get towards the house, Gia comes up to you and says, I'm not sure what the others are up to, but some of the kids are worried because they're starting to smell smoke.
What? Where?
Oh shit.
And as you look around the farmhouse, you see the group. There's stacks of wood. There's a small fire burning. The fire's nowhere close to burning the house. Okay, it's a safe
Okay.
arrangement, but they're fanning the smoke into that crawl space.
Oh my. I'm immediately like gonna like walk towards them and be like, "Why are we smoking it out? What?" I look at where things are being pointed.
Auto point. Oh wait, hold on. Jack, you're muted.
I'm pointing at the hole.
You see the
Also pointing at the hole.
you see the breach in that area below the house, and you see them using they're fanning the smoke into that area. The smoke does spread in, and of course it spreads into that crawl space, and in the other areas around the house, some of it seeps out.
Ha! I see. As long as it doesn't burn the house, and I'm conscious about the little flecks of flame that will catch on to the house. I'm just like, as long as it's a safe distance from a wooden farmhouse, we're good. It's like, you guys have a way to
Jonas.
put out the
I'm
fire.
so sorry. You can go in and get her if you want.
Who?
No? The girl. I think she's in there. That's why we're doing this. I personally don't want to go in there when she could be holding a knife or who knows what. That's what's happening.
I see. I'm just.
Jonas shakes his head. I can't fit.
I don't want to.
Auto is like, I'm not going in the same in there as well, like Chris is.
We'll smoke it out. We just make sure you can turn off the flames after the smoking out. I guess. We didn't.
Don't worry.
We didn't see anything in the barn, so. But we did see it.
You hear coughing.
Oh.
Coughing.
There's a coughing voice coming from below. As with the cough, everyone starts, moving into full alert, ready to reach for their weapons. Tenza, at this point, you're approaching the area as well, just so you know. Chris, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I'm getting on one knee and I'm just going, come out. No one's going to hurt you if you come out by yourself with your hands up.
The coughing fit gets louder.
Actually, is the coughing fit a girl's voice?
You are starting to realize it does not sound like a girl's voice.
Oh, okay, I probably would have noticed that then. Yeah. Okay, well, fuck them then. They can come out or not. That's their choice.
Who's closest to the door?
Which door?
Which door? The hole or
sorry,
the...
the opening. Who's closest to the opening?
Me, I would say.
Yeah.
You are the first to see the figure. The figure is short, not that much taller than the girl.
Okay.
But the arms are clearly much more masculine. Long, ragged hair hanging over his face. A growth of a beard already present. But what's more striking that you see immediately is with both hands extended up as if to show surrender. They're missing multiple fingers. Each hand only has the thumbs and the pinky fingers left.
This is not what Chris was expecting. So I think, to be honest, he's just going to, once he sees the silhouette, that would probably be enough for him to back up at this point and let either the NPCs who have more of a stake in the race than he does do their thing, or let Otto speak, who would be the next closest person. But he doesn't particularly care about this person, and more importantly, they're where they shouldn't be. And probably did not mean us well. So
Jonas starts to notice the man as well. Someone's coming out. Someone's coming out. He starts telling everyone else. Kevin, on the other hand, panics as he starts realizing he didn't bring his weapon with him. He turns to the closest man, which is you, Otto, and tells you, "Get ready to hit him."
I'll pull out my gun.
Otto is just going to be like crouched, or not crouched, but like stands down to like ready and tackle the person. But he's going to like slightly wait as the person like comes out first, and if they have their hands up.
The hands now come into view for everyone to see. The amputation looks crude. It's healed up, but it doesn't look like it was a hospital that amputated these fingers. And as the figure comes into view, coughing and clearing his throat, you could all hear him in Spanish saying something between the coughs. Would Chris be translating for everyone or keeping
Depends
it to
what he
himself?
says.
He's basically saying, excuse me, my apologies.
Okay. Yeah, I would translate that. That's fine.
And as he comes into view, crawling out of the smoked hole, you all see his clothes. His clothes are rags, similar to the girls. Had he been running in the distance, you could actually mistake him for the girl, given the closeness of the height. He's barely past 5 feet tall. As he looks at all of you with his sheepish grin, almost like a child who's been caught stealing cookies from the cookie jar. He holds his hands close to his face as he, in Spanish, I am Señor Buitre, which translates to I am Señor Vulture.
I'm gonna ask the society members. Is this one of the people that attacked you?
Jonas nods and mutters, "Don't get too close. That guy has a nasty bite."
I'm literally haven't dropped my gun at all.
The moment he hears that guy has a nasty bite and like don't get too close, that's when Otto like immediately tackles the guy to the ground.
Jesus.
You
Okay.
leap forward to tackle him. Please roll close combat.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I'm gonna be so scared. Otto's body blocking. Right
That is 7. 7 dice. 1, 2.
Hey, I rolled 7 dice last session. It didn't necessarily mean success, but good luck.
Emily.
Well, I got a 1. I got a 1 and a 6, and then I have to roll 2 dice.
Normal dice, the ones don't matter. It's only in the stress
Okay.
dice that the ones matter.
Okay, well, time to roll the stress dice and no failures.
Hey.
You leap onto him, grabbing him by the back, by the chest, and it's your call. Do you pin him to the ground or do you hoist him? Because he is shorter than you.
Otto is going to pin him to the ground rather than hoist him.
Hitting the ground, he starts complaining in Spanish, and Jack, you hear him saying in Spanish, "Easy, easy, I am an old man, my back will break." Are you translating for everyone else?
Not after hearing that he attacked these people. I don't buy it for a second. So I will just look. I will probably toss. I imagine Chris is wearing like cargo pants, and has all those pockets and stuff. And he will toss duct tape over towards Otto, because he goes on journeys all the time.
Okay.
But I will look at the society people and go, "This is your road to hell. He is a threat to us. I honestly don't care."
Jonas
Otto
looks
will-
at Joe to see if Joe is giving them permission to snatch him.
Where is is Otto holding it in such a way that he's not blocking the man, like he's behind the man?
The guy's on the ground, pinned to the ground.
There is a moment here.
Otto's technically right now. Otto is technically right now just duct taping his hands together.
Hands behind the back, I presume.
Yes, hands behind the back.
I kind of turn. There's like look. My face is gonna be unreadable, but it's gonna be like turning to Arjun and the others and be like, why not just get it over with now. Why do you need to bring it?
That's what I'm saying.
And as
That's
you give
why.
that look, Arjun is still in the distance, catching up. He was talking with Tenza earlier. Um, Kevin grabs one of the burning pieces of wood and, using it as a club, smacks the guy in the head while he's on the ground. And Tenza, you seeing this unfolding, your mind casts back to a flashback. Early days of the apocalypse. Jacob did a similar thing. There was a man who was begging you both to let him join you. He was asking that you guys help him, but he has this massive bite mark on his shoulder that was bleeding profusely. And Jacob, get off me! He smashes the crowbar into the man's face, forcing him down to the ground. You may choose to go through this flashback for more details about Jacob if you want, Tenza, or you can focus on the present and brush off that flashback and continue the scene.
I would like to go. If I can.
So what do you do with Jacob?
Considering this is early stages of the thing, and all we know is that a bite will just basically turn you. Or Enzo will have helped in bringing person down. And we've probably gotten the revolver ready to quickly end their suffering before they turn or anything like that.
Giving the mercy blow to the man who Jacob just knocked to the ground. Jacob turns to you and shakes his head. We don't have time for this, man. I gotta get to my family, my kids. My ex-wife has my kids. Don't you have anyone you have to rush to?
No. I came to rush to you.
Well, what about those Asians you were with? He points to the car in the distance, and you see one of the Asian, the only survivor of the sisters. Remember those sisters from the previous game?
Yep.
She's waving at you both. Come on, hurry! There's more coming! Is she your girlfriend or something, man?
The stragglers I found were attacked. Got supplies by.
Are you kidding me? We're having one of these horror movies come to life, and you're helping total strangers?
I'm used. Or if they get bitten, which probably because of how loud they are. Lots of food and supplies there.
Jacob seems to be half listening to you as he's busy with his phone. Damn it. The bitch won't answer. Where? Where did you say we could go?
There's this farm. Good. The cities, but there won't things about.
A farm. We could take over a farm. Let's do it. Let's head to that farm. I mean, I'm a cop. You're a forest ranger. Of course they'll have to listen to us.
They'll listen to you, probably, but... Go there.
Jacob shakes his head. You know, you really have to start seeing yourself as a man in power. You got a badge, man. You got authority. I mean, compared to everyone else, these are meat shields. We're people who the government will rely on to bring the peace.
I can see why these guys get along so well. They're both dicks before anything even happened.
Yes.
And of course, in the distance, beep beep, Asian girl starts hitting the horn of the car. Come on, they're coming. Not realizing she's calling more.
They're dumb.
Oh my god. You're not making any friends, man.
I have Jacob. That's all I needed. I just need one friend.
Yeah,
The two of
that'll
you
go
start
well in this
running.
game, in this world. Good luck with that.
The two of you start running to the car, and as you are trying to rush to the car, many of the walkers are starting to be in the path. I need you in this flashback to roll close combat and your stress dice.
Oh god, I just realized it's just literally Daryl and Merle.
Merle. Yep.
Throwback.
I have rolled a walker.
Oh no. That's
Oh
so
no!
That's like,
How many walkers did you roll?
One walker. Press that.
Is
Okay,
he
but
gonna,
you,
in this flashback in the present, just end up dead?
but did you succeed with your basic dice? Did you roll a success?
I got a 3, a 1, and 4, and another 2.
Okay.
dice
As
is
you
just
try
bad.
to get to the car, the walkers cut you off. And with the walkers blocking the path, you realize you could try to fight your way through, which is risky as hell. Threat level has risen from 2 to 3. Or you could divert to the nearest building, which is, from the looks of it, a hospital.
Probably would have gone to the hospital. Yeah.
Smart. Turning to the hospital, Jacob sees you. "Oh, what the fuck, man? Dude, the car!" And of course, Asian girl seeing you running towards the hospital, fuck it! She goes into the car, starts the engine, and she starts driving away, leaving the two of you behind. Jacob starts running after you. The hell, man! We should have had the car! And as you hurry into the hospital, the walkers start swarming after the two of you. You reach the door, and as you rotate the door, it's those revolving glass doors.
Oh,
It it only revolves a partial rotation because a dead body snags and keeps it from turning completely.
It's in the rotate.
Do you break the glass to just get through as quickly as possible, or do you try to force the body to stop jamming the door? Or do you find a different way in?
I'm
all I can
ruining
see
your
is
drama. I'm
the
gonna mute
one
again.
dead body, like. All I can tell just running in is it like a walker or is it dead? Well, probably can't really tell at the rush of things. So he's probably not going to risk getting stuck in the revolving door. He's probably going to just smash through, covering what he exposed.
Okay. So you'll break the glass to make your own opening.
Yep, basically spear into the glass to gather it. That's a
No need to roll normal dice. Just roll me your stress dice and let me know if you get another walker.
The thing snagged suddenly comes up.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Smashing the glass, you find your way through. As you duck through it, part of the glass rakes across your back. It tears part of your skin and muscle open. As you grit your teeth in pain, one of the walkers tries to snatch you since you were delayed in that motion. But thankfully, that walker's head explodes as Jacob smashes it with the crowbar. The crowbar gets stuck, though, in the skull and Jacob's forced to leave it behind as the two of you go deeper into the hospital. And as we get deeper into that flashback, we cut back to the present for now. Groups gathered in front of the unconscious man. Arjun looks at all of you and admits, so the vulture should be enough to bring back to the society. We could search for the girl, or we could leave you to find the girl on your own.
Wait, we can confirm the vulture's dead. Like when they're bringing a dead body, correct?
Nope. He's alive. But knocked out.
Why are you bringing him alive?
Arjun looks at you. Lady Jessica has questions.
For
The vulture.
Motions to the guy on the ground.
no, I mean, for what questioning is not for the vulture.
Well, although
It's like what
Otto
questions
like
are you gonna ask a
finishes tying
cannibal?
up. Otto's gonna finish tying up the legs, and then he looks up at her. Cannibal cult got cannibal base. Cannibal base got other people.
Arjun shakes his head and just mutters something about a photo they had with them.
I know about that.
Arjun looks at you. Jessica mentioned something about the photo looking familiar,
Yeah.
and she was
He
hoping
had
to
a
ask them where they got
photo
it.
of her kids.
So the kids are really cannibals?
I don't know. I don't know where this begins and ends. I don't know what Jacob's not. Jessica isn't telling us. It honestly, it's the thing though. What it seems to me that you're doing is, let's call it what it is, yeah? She doesn't have questions. These are two people. Yeah? There is no base. They're just running around. So call it what it is. She wants revenge. She wants to torture these people. Yes?
Turns to Arjun.
I'm just saying, because
I'm
if you
just doing my job.
want us to follow and join your little society, then I think that people should be aware of this. That this is what happens to people when you cross them.
Well, if you'll give me permission to drag him back, I'm just doing my job. Beyond
Yeah,
that,
this could be
I don't really have the answers. Arjun shakes his head.
bullshit. But you know what? They're a threat to us. So as far as my vote goes, it doesn't matter to me. But call it what it is. That's all I'm saying.
The kid's still somewhere
she-
here, yes?
They're safely in the house?
No, I mean the kid, the
No,
cannibal
I think she
kid.
means the cannibal kid.
Oh, yeah. She's somewhere, possibly somewhere here. Possibly still under there. Possibly somewhere else in the farm.
Ooh,
The trail did lead here.
I would like to request people above table if I am allowed to do this action.
I don't know what it is, so
I would like to shoot the cannibal. We only need one cannibal to bring us to the base.
not that one. I mean, if that's
I
what
think
the
this one
character
has
would
more
do.
value.
Which one has
That-
more value? This
because-
one or
Well, if what I think they're putting down is correct, this isn't just about questions. They're going to torture this man to death for what he did. And, I mean, this is all telepathic, right? So if you think your character would do it, then do it, right? Because it's what your character would do. We don't really have much of a chance for this. But you would probably, like, if your character's, like, I mean, it's up to you, I suppose. But, like, would your character think the same? If so, that means they're probably going to kidnap and torture the little girl instead.
ooh, that is. Because like in her mind, it's like there's no need for it to go to society and just kill them both.
Not
right?
really, but it's not our concern. Like, what's the difference? It's, I mean, it comes down to your morals, but then they'll be gunning for the girl. So
I'd rather let them have the satisfaction of dealing with this.
Okay. I think Joe's like
if you think it's what your character would do, then it's
no, it's more like she's worried about the fact that this guy walks. There's still a chance that because this guy got away from them once. What's another chance that
sure.
they will get away twice? So just eliminate the threat.
I mean,
right
we'll
here
be
and there.
going if we're going with them. We'll be going. I mean, rather, if we're going to society, anyways, we'll be going with them with this.
Okay. Oh, so I guess in this conversation, she's just gonna make her declarations and intent. She doesn't want to hide it in front of everyone. Like she'll make it open where, okay, we'll let this guy go with you. But this guy slipped out of your hands, and you're gonna need more people to keep an eye on this guy. And the moment he tries to get away, he's dead. I'm gonna shoot him. I hope you understand that, Arjun. I will shoot him. I don't want to give him an option to go back to this farm. He knows where the farm is.
Duly noted, Arjun tells you. In many ways, he reads that that's a message to them as well.
okay.
Yep.
So, I assume like this next conversation is sort of happening as they load him up. I'll
Yes.
talk to the rest.
Yeah, I would
And
like
just
to have a
go-
conversation with the 4 people away from that. Yeah, you go
So
bring
who's
your
going
cannibal.
what where?
We go into farm.
Because quite frankly,
We go into farmhouse. Can we go into farmhouse to have a little conversation? Yeah, you go bring your.
Yeah,
We'll get our.
I assume this is private.
Yeah.
So,
So
the
who's
player characters gather into the farmhouse.
Yes.
Who's
The
going what where?
society people drag the guy to their vehicle.
Mhm.
Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
And
gonna let them know that.
whilst the player characters gather there, will the other NPCs join, or you want it just the player characters?
Just player characters.
Just the player characters
And
for now, I think.
we're
Yeah.
just gonna give reassurance to Arjun and the group that we'll be right with you. We're just getting our stuff. We're getting our car.
Okay, so the 4 of you gather in the farmhouse. You're gathering your stuff and prepping while discussing. Feel free to discuss now.
So who's going with these people, and what is the goal? Apart from watching Jacob's back.
I mean, I know Tens is gonna go, but it's more like.
Yeah.
Did they say the society was somewhere in the city?
They mentioned it is north, where the carnival used to be,
Okay.
and there are bunkers beneath the ground where the carnival used to be. The slides show the map that they're further north past the farmland.
I'm more keen on having a proper conversation with Arjun because like she has an open conversation of when I got here in the farm, I did not see my family here.
Sorry, are you talking to Arjun or the players?
The
Yeah, we're
player
talking to
character-
each other
Yeah, we're
first, aren't we?
talking. Yeah, like other reasons why she wants to follow Arjun is like, I want to like. There's a lot going on, and maybe if we try to do this favor for him, I can have a proper conversation. He's a family friend.
We've already done him a favor.
I still need to talk to him.
I'm not saying don't do it, Joe. I'm just saying that these people are not what they say.
I know, but
They're putting themselves as this fountain of virtue, and they want to kidnap and torture a person. I know what they all want a piece of him. You don't know much about me, but this is sort of my world.
I know. It's just Arjun's an old friend, an old family friend, and he might know where my family went. There was like this pause, and she was like, I came back. When I went to the farm, I didn't see them. Like, I don't know where
we
they
know
went.
We know Tens is going, so that's one of us.
And who knows, maybe my family
You
would
want
be
to go, so that's two of us.
it would be dumb, and like I think my family's dumb enough to like go buy whatever this society is selling. That's what I hope, that they're dumb enough for that. I could see them. It's just it didn't feel right that I this is where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be in this farmhouse, and it's just me. I just need answers, and I think Arjun has the answers. I need to follow him.
I don't trust him.
I don't either, but he's a family friend. He knows where, probably know where my dad, mom went, or just have an inkling
So that's
somewhere.
two. Otto, thoughts? Where are you going?
Otto's going to look at the think over the situation. Is like, honestly, at this case, considering the fact that Joe's going, I'm probably going to have to stay here as well, mostly to specifically fix whatever the cannibals fucked up. But the other thing is as well that I will admit that I do want to go as well, mostly on the fact that I need to hear more about this whole cannibal bullshit that they're going with.
So that's three.
It just there are people going to be left behind here, and I don't know if they're going to be okay if we're going to be gone for weeks. If more people like them are going to come in the farm, can they fend for themselves? I'll have to go. I look at Chris and like there's this moment of like, don't you have family out there, Chris? I never got to ask.
Technically.
Don't you want to find them? Bring them here where it's safe?
I looked for them when it happened. They left my It's not important. No. I don't care. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go after them, if that's what you want to do. I'm saying that one, that you've put yourself in a situation where, like it or not, people are depending on you. And now you're sitting here and lecturing us about the safety of the group when you are the linchpin of the whole thing. And you're putting yourself into a situation that you don't know about. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you agree that you don't trust this person, but that you're willing to gamble. And that is the word. You are gambling, Joe. On a hunch. With these people that claim to be so good and so clean and so pure. And they're kidnapping this man. They're taking him into a private place to ask him questions. Why is that? Because they have walls there, Joe. Walls where you can't hear him. Walls where you can't see what they're going to do. Don't fool yourself.
Not even about that.
Just understand what you're walking into.
It's not about that. I'm just trying to get answers. I don't even want to head to the fucking society. I just want answers from Arjun. That's it. If that means I stop the journey halfway and walk back, that's fine. If that means I have to go back to the city or go to another farm because they went there, fine. If there's even knowing what I know about my parents, If they heard there's some kind of group that's gonna keep them safe when everything's going to shit, they'll probably go there. Yes, it's a gamble, but it just feels wrong that I've left them for... There's this pause again, and she goes, I haven't been doing enough for them, and I feel like I left them alone for too long, and I've been stuck here trying to do duties that I thought I have long abandoned. I just need to... I am not meant to be like my family, where everyone's looking up to me and there's things. But I need to at least know they're okay and they can take back whatever fucking responsibility it is and be the actual linchpin, not me. Not who I am.
Well, I didn't think I was going to change your mind. But I don't think you've got your blinders off either. So please respect my decision when I say that you need help. And I'm coming as well. And I don't want to hear a damn thing about the security of this farm or the responsibilities that we have if you are going to do this. Because the most important thing to me is that you get back alive. Fair?
Well, we'll head out. We gotta pack. They'll start worrying if we take too long, and I know Jacob's itching to get answers.
There's that moment you all find yourselves looking at each other, realizing Jacob doesn't know about the photo and the cannibals.
He does know about the photo, because I
Yeah,
showed
but
him.
not that the cannibals also had a copy.
Rather that it was from the cannibals.
Okay.
He was thinking it was from Jesse, remember?
Right. Okay.
Just so that I balance out some time, during the discussion while Joe and Chris were having the statements back and forth, Tenza, your mind swam back to the flashback. You are rushing through the corridors of the hospital. You are seeing other groups of people running around, scavenging what they can, grabbing what they can steal. And as you and Jacob shove through a doorway, a woman screams upon seeing the two of you break into that room. And for a moment, you see her grab the closest metal stand for the dextrose, hoping to use it as a weapon to protect herself. Stay back!
Doesn't lead any.
Looking around the room, it's one of those rooms that adjoin to another room. You're not really that familiar with hospital layouts, but you realize that there is a man on the bed, and this woman might have been helping that man that moment when you both came in.
Like he's alive or just dead.
Peering past, the guy is currently blood soaked, and as the woman realizes the two of you are not, charging at her, hoping to eat her brains, she calms down and says, "Please, if you're scavenging for stuff, go somewhere else. I need to save this man's life."
He turns to go out the door, and before he leaves, he tells her, "Well, if his heart stops, he can't be turning."
Just he crashed into the glass, and she turns exposing her back to you as she focuses on the man and starts pulling away pieces of broken glass from his skin again. Jacob suddenly, whoa, 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 realizing there's someone on the side. And as you glance to the right side, a second woman is present. This woman is holding what seems to be a broken bottle, like a knife, at the two of you. We don't want any trouble, she mutters. Just stand back.
Like, is she as the time up? Can I go back out?
She was in the room and basically stayed against the side of the door when you both came in. And it was only when Jacob noticed her that she then brandished the broken bottle.
I don't know. He just leaves, goes back down, line, away, like the other side of the building.
Jacob grabs your arm and tells you, I think you better get that patched up, motioning to the large gash on your back. As you look on the ground, you realize you are dripping blood. It's that deep a gash.
Oh fuck. Oh.
If you keep going and not treat this, you might suddenly faint at some point without realizing it.
Thank you. Just grab some supplies.
The girl by the door sees the two of you conversing about the wound. She brings the bottle lower as she mutters, "Come on, let me see if I can help." She starts digging through her bag for something she can use.
Enza will close the door behind. Bar it basically. If you can. Are the sliding door, or is it?
It's a door you can bar, and as you bar it shut, Jacob helps shut it in a stronger way. The girl the girl digging through her bag finally comes up to you and shows you she has a tube of super glue. And she looks at you with a, you okay with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Sitting on the floor with your back towards her, she starts soaking up some of the blood with her sleeve to clear it out, and in hopes of trying to gain your trust and to, have you sit still while she treats the wound. Eve Nightingale, she tells you.
Enza.
I'm normally a vet. She starts smearing the super glue into your wound. But I guess with everything that's happening, you have to do what you have to survive, huh?
Yeah, you do.
Jacob suddenly mutters to all of you to be quiet. He starts motioning that there's something outside the door.
Tenza's like still holding the spear just in case, but not saying anything.
You feel a soft breath against your injury. You realize Eve's trying to blow to hasten the drying of the glue, if that actually works. But then the guy in the bed starts grunting, moaning a bit. And the woman treating that guy, damn it, she looks at the two of you, worried that the walkers might hear it. What do you do?
He will whisper to her, put a pillow over his face.
The woman looks at you, her eyes are wide, and she shakes her head. I don't know. I'm not doing that.
I will. And he'll just like grab one of the pillows and like sort of, you know, I know the hospital pillows are like very thin, so he like folds it in half and just like places it over top of the face. Not heavily because it seems like, or is he like groaning or exactly like a
He's
walker about?
It's hard to tell if it's the walker groan or if it's just someone starting to get conscious and feeling the pain of practically a dozen lacerations across the face and arms.
Um,
Because the guy did crash through glass, basically.
right. Tenza will actually hand his spear over to Jacob, and then he'll hold the pillow with two hands, be ready to brace for if there's like a sudden jerk reaction of someone waking up or a walker waking up to try and bite someone.
The woman treating him starts trying to shove you back, but seems to be having trouble given how massive you are compared to her. The woman who treated you is trying to leap onto your back and pull you back by pulling at your neck. Can you roll endure?
I can.
Get off him! What do you think you're doing? This isn't right.
I'm not trying to hurt him, I'm just trying to muffle the sounds. Not trying to hurt. Where is 4? Do I need my rolling stress on top of this?
Yes.
No successes, but what is it?
You are pulled back from the body, and as you stumble to the ground with the woman behind you, with Eve behind you, the figure on the bed sits up. Otto,
Yep.
you are surprised you are alive after crashing through the glass window. And in front of you, the paramedic is telling you, "Shh! There are walkers outside. I know it hurts, but you have to stay still."
Otto's like Otto's reaction to this is literally just groaning before laying back down, as if like he tried to sit up to understand what's going on, then just laid back down.
Uh,
As he quietly tries to ask, like, where am I? Where am
Gia,
I?
Gia gets close to you and tells you, "We're in the hospital, but you have to stop making noises. You're attracting the walkers." And then she notices one of the pieces of glass that is embedded in your throat is still slightly ajar. And thankfully, it's barely a centimeter long. She plucks it out in order to relieve you of that pain.
Otto is Otto's gonna like scram or rather like take a look around him, like very slowly move his head left and right to see like is he around anything that might accidentally cause noise.
You hear some crinkling of glass as you move your head against the sheets. There are pieces of glass still on the sheets you're on. Your eyes catch the corner of the bed where there's a guy on the floor and another woman holding on to the guy. You recognize the woman to be Eve Nightingale, the veterinarian that you had rescued while the two of you discovered that the world was going to shit here in this hospital. But then, when the two of you were trying to make your way out, at one point you were trapped in one of those raised corridors, and walkers were in both ends. So you crashed through the glass to try to get away from them, and that's the last thing you remember.
Otto is just gonna give a sigh of relief, like he's going to be happy technically that he's still alive, but God, does everything hurt?
We got you out. We hear Eve. We got you out. And of course, since you see Eve right now beside Tenza, your character thinks Tenza helped rescue you that moment.
Otto is just going to just close his eyes as he's just basically gonna wait out the whole thing now because they said there's walkers around, so he's not really gonna try and get up or like make too much noise.
He puts something in your mouth and tells you this will numb the pain, but you have to stay awake. You got it?
Otto nods, and then he goes, like, "Can you give me a cloth then?"
She tries to find something that you need. Jacob turns to you, Tenza, and mutters, I guess we're heading for that farm.
Why are
There
you
must
looking
be
at
an
me?
ambulance or jeep we can use in the basement.
That was the most terrifying face I've ever seen. I saw it. It was so menacing. Yes, we are. Death glare. What did I do?
Bombastic side eye.
And with that, we cut to the present. I'll need your call. What is the vehicle you guys have? Is it a farm vehicle? Is it an ambulance? Or is it a different vehicle you stole from the hospital?
For our escape as well.
I'm fine with that. Giving you guys an ambulance if you're okay. If everyone's okay with that.
As long
The question then now is the ambulance stocked, or did you move did you move the contents to the house? So when you take the ambulance later, it doesn't have the supplies.
I'll probably say like some of the supplies are in like storage.
Okay, I'm fine with that. That sounds good. So who's driving?
Oh, we're not using. I do have a jeep in my inventory as.
Yeah, that was what I was asking. If you're going to use a different vehicle, or if you're going to use the vehicle stolen from the hospital.
So we
Your call.
Oh, we can.
Honestly,
I mean, I'm happy to leave the my jeep for the peoples just so that they have an escape car. I'll give the keys to the kid. I actually will give it to one of the kids to hold. I don't want to give it to Rosa. There you go. One of the kids that can drive.
Yeah, Annika's all smiling. Oh my god, I have a car!
Don't go to the city for it. I will know if you brought it to the city.
I can smell my
Jacob
Jeep from
glances at
here.
all of you, so we're good. And as everyone starts boarding up into the ambulance, Cyanica comes up to you, Chris.
Oh God! All right.
Will you be back?
Yeah. Hey.
Because I have a car now.
My car. I say that in the background. My car. My fucking
I
truck.
don't know. I don't know. She's got the keys. Run for your money. No, we shouldn't be long. I don't plan to be long.
Well, when you're back,
Hmm?
she smiles and gives you a wink. Just bang the doldrums.
I absolutely know what doldrums are, so I'll do that.
She gives you a wink as she walks back towards the rest of the house.
I regret giving my
And-
car to the kid. I regret giving my car to the kid.
What, Joe? What is a doldrum?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Jacob
well-
just mutters, I think that's a Fallout Boy song or something.
Oh God. Oh,
Oh, is it?
they suck.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's the player talking. Ow.
Jackals, I think so. So I stand by it.
No.
The convoy of vehicles drives away from the farm and heads north. The roads are not barren. There are the occasional walkers as you drive by. And the walkers, they turn as they see the cars, but they're too slow to really catch up or anything.
Ooh.
If anything, the walkers that do notice your vehicles have stopped walking in the general direction of the farm and are now walking away from it as they follow the cars.
Hmm.
Can someone please roll 2d6 for me?
Yes.
Not it.
11. 6 and a 5.
The road leads to an overturned truck. And as you approach the overturned truck, you see on the side it says, "There are no foods." And as you start driving past the truck, you see this scattered mess of canned goods.
Canned goods. That's good.
Yep. Who is driving right now?
I presume.
I can be
Yeah.
if no one else is. Okay, Joe is. Good.
Do you stop the ambulance?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Cans, good.
Stopping the ambulance. Ahead of you, you see the jeep still moving. Arjun stops the jeep after realizing you guys have stopped. He looks back to look at the group as your group have stepped out of the ambulance to see the scattering of canned goods.
Pretty good.
Stock up, baby.
Getting all the cans.
Yep.
Arjun looks at you. We don't really have time for this.
Really?
Fine. Hurry. He just tells you. But slowly, walkers start to come into view.
We'll be faster if you help.
Do you want to try to convince them to help?
No, I would just put it out there. Just like, if you want us to hurry up, we will once the cans are in. If there's a lot of
The group
cans,
starts gathering the cans, and the walkers start closing in their ever relentless but slow pace.
Considering that Otto brought his shovel with him, he's just basically shoveling canned goods now.
Pretty good.
like coal into a steam engine.
Tenza, you have a brief moment while collecting the canned goods with the others. You recall driving you recall being on the ambulance with Jacob and Otto and Gia and Eve when you caught up with the car of the Asian lady. And you found the car overturned at the side of the road. The Asian lady, a walker now, missing half her body, as her hands were still clutching a bag filled with canned goods. The memory is still a sour one in your survival.
Using.
Wow.
Well, Star at first, then amusing. Sorry because you weren't the one to punish her for leaving you.
Jesus.
And this is why we don't like Tetra.
Who has the highest stress in the group?
I currently have 2.
I have met 2.
Then whoever has 2, please roll.
I will roll. 5 and a 5.
Everyone who has 2.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
No. Can we not have him roll, please?
I rolled a 1 and a 6 as well.
We have 2 walkers. Arjun calls out, guys, they're starting to come in faster. And as you guys look around, what was earlier a smattering of walkers, threat level 1, we have risen to threat level 2 very quickly. And still seeing that there is still good distance away.
Yeah.
There was that moment of, okay, last minute, just grab whatever you can for one last minute.
I feel personally attacked as a loot goblin because I would actually make sure to grab everything. Even if
But
the
it's
threat's
that last minute that you all look up and you're suddenly horrified as you see the swarm that has formed.
Okay, time to go.
Kenza's not worrying, not going to grab anything. Last minute. Kenza make sure the car is on. Make sure there's no walkers on the other side of the car.
Yeah, so far the walkers are not close enough yet to be a direct threat, but they have amassed enough that to continue forward is risky. You will plow through some of them, and if your driving is not good, the car may stall.
Is there?
If you turn back, however, then you risk luring the growing swarm back to the farm. Because, if you lose them, they might still continue in that direction, and that's where the farm is.
Right.
The last option is you risk car getting damaged and you go off-road.
Come on, guys, let's move. What are we doing?
Being in the car.
I'm gonna start driving after grabbing all the cans. I'll be like, okay, guys, get it. You got cold.
Yeah, but which of the three options are you doing, Joe?
Do we
As the
plow
driver-
through or do we go off-road?
Which one saves the farm? Off-road?
Not turning back.
Going through and off-road saves the farm.
I say we go through the zombies because we wanted to do zombies, right? We wanted to fight zombies. That's me as the player. You want to fight zombies, right? We can plow through them.
Right.
I'm for it. For cinematics, I will plow through it in panic. I'm stressed. I will plow through it.
Revving the engine, Arjun sees you start the ambulance and they all get back into the cars. As some of the walkers get close, they start smacking at those close enough to bring them down. And as Arjun starts signaling, we can take this route, which is off-road. I take it you drive forward.
I drive forward.
Yes.
As we drive forward, Arjun sees this. Oh no, what are you guys doing? You smash into the first batch of zombies. Joe, you are the first to roll. Please roll mobility and then roll stress. Please have at least one success.
Okay. I will... Don't touch my dice. Damn you. What are you doing? You piece of piece. That's all I'm gonna say. Mobility. Don't do it. 2 plus stress. Just stress. Do I add any...
You no touch.
Yeah. Do I
No touch.
do I
You
add
fucking...
wits and mobility or agility or anything? Agility, mobility.
Mobility has its stat, right? It has its paired stat, which is agility.
Oh, okay. So
You roll 4 dice plus you 2.
okay. Oh boy. Okay. I will declare these 2 are the stress dice. Okay. 2 of my stress dice got 6. Let's go.
And then, so no walkers, and then you have 2 successes.
Yes.
You crash into the gathering crowd, the gathering swarm, and as you maintain a good balance of brake and gas, you start plowing through the crowd. Threat level of 3 reduces to 2 as you mow through a number of them without slowing down. Arjun sees this. Follow the ambulance, and they start driving after you guys behind you because you've
Paved the way.
decided to make an opening for them.
Yes.
Who is in the passenger seat?
Hands up.
Why are you beside me?
It's Tenza.
Why?
Tenza, I need to know, are you staying careful, meaning you're keeping your window closed? Or are you actively trying to combat the things that try to grab hold of the car?
Combat the thing that hold on to the car, because if they hold on, it could be a problem later down the road.
With the window open, I presume you're stabbing your spear out whenever you get any of those walkers that get close enough.
Hang on. It's just sticking the pole out. Being caught by one and just slinging arms. So basically, if you were to stick something outside and you hit something, whatever the car's speed is, your arms are going away from you at that speed.
Yes. So, how are you dealing with the with the walkers as they try to reach you from the window, or as you pass by them?
He's basically like leaning away from the window, but any that sort of like get latched on, or basically stabs the spear into the head and off.
Okay. Given that, I presume this is more a agility and close combat rather than strength.
Ability. That's good. Why? Why?
Oh my god.
It's another walker and no successes.
One of the walkers reaches in, you stab the spear into its head, and as you raise your foot to shove the head off the spear, a second walker suddenly tries to grab your ankle.
What are you doing, you
Who
idiot?
would be seated behind you?
It would be Otto.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is an ambulance. There is no
No.
one behind you.
Yeah.
All right, no, yeah, but it's, actually, wait.
Then you'll have to risk it. Tenza, please roll me 2 dice and tell me your numbers.
Oh my god. Wait.
6 and a 1.
Well, actually, depending on the ambulance.
You have a 6 and a 1.
Yes.
The thing that has grabbed your ankle is now trying to pull your ankle to its mouth, and thus it's climbing into the window without realizing it.
What?
And as it's doing this, its mouth gets closer and closer to your exposed skin. What did you do this moment?
Done. Shoot the walker's head.
Gun out, you fire. The explosion of brain matter and the deafening sound makes everything black for a brief moment.
Going
Joe, you're
got
hating the
more
fact
stress
that you suddenly got deaf in one ear.
Yeah, I'm
But you're still
actually
plowing through
I'm
the
shouting
walkers.
at just I can't shout, but characteristically JoJo's like, you fucking, like, she goes full southern angry of like, you like, she's like on a
You
road rage.
goddamn son of a bitch, fucking idiot motherfucker.
Yes,
Tenza,
exactly.
and Tenza, as you rapidly blink your eyes and withdraw your foot, you realize you're trying to see if there's any wound, if there's any breach of the skin. You could see that the pant leg and the socks have been, there are parts of it that are torn up into shreds by the nails of the walker. There is no wound, but you also realize there is no spear.
You.
No.
The walker fell out of the vehicle with your weapon with you, and
I can
you
I can invent
curse
another
your
one.
bad luck.
Yeah, it's fine.
Spears are easy to make.
Yeah,
They
uncheck it.
thought
Uncheck
that
it.
I was a loser for only having a frying pan. Well, at least I have my frying pan.
Otto, Chris, and Jacob, you are hearing the banging on the sides of the ambulance as
Yeah.
the zombies are trying to grab hold of the ambulance from the sides every now and then. As you
Literally
are,
can't do anything, unfortunately.
Jacob, of course, is we have to go and help somehow. We can't just let the others handle this.
Otto's just sitting on the on the one side of the ambulance, like, it's a box. The
There's
fuck
no-
are we going to do?
There's no windows, bro.
Don't open the door.
You all suddenly hear the loud gunshot outside, and you're all startled to realize, okay, they pulled out guns.
You hear Joe shouting.
We need to
Remind me
get
again,
walkie-talkies
hell-
up in here next time. Like, oh no, you know what there would be? This is actually a thing. There's a radio thing for like
Mhm.
communicating from the driver to the back.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
grab the radio and go, what the fuck?
I grab it and I'm still in the middle. So it cuts off you piece of some
Oh, okay.
you some
Tell me what you
idiot.
And-
think.
No, not you. Him.
Some idiot.
Heads is a fucking idiot with he almost got us killed. I'm covered in Walker blood and brain and guts. I don't know if he's bitten or what. He lost his fucking spirit. His
Brother,
legs up in the window. Everything's a fucking mess. I'm just ranting.
Brother.
Tenza. A hand has grabbed hold of your head while you were looking for the spear, and your face smacks against the door frame. Take 1 point of damage as you realize another walker has grabbed hold of you. Joe,
And then
I want to
Otto's
be
just gonna be
clear,
like,
internet. We did not select ambulance. Chris and Otto are not able to help, and we are fine with, like, we are
And
totally fine.
and sadly,
we
the
didn't
three
do
of
this on purpose.
and sadly, the three of you are safe inside. That's why
Yeah, there's nothing we
friends
can
are getting
do.
attacked again. Joe, seeing Enza suddenly pulled to the window, what do you do, Joe?
Oh my god.
Do I mark on
Do you focus on the road, or do you try to help Enza?
Oh, he's asking where to mark which is he checking? Unharmed, bruised, battered, or broken? Well, how are we doing?
Oh, anything except broken. So start with the top.
Okay.
So you can still be unharmed, or you can be bruised. That's fine. They're all just the same. It's just 3 points of damage.
Okay. I'll probably say
Basically, think of it as fictional. You know, you have a bruise, but it's not really impairing you yet until you're broken, or you're pretty much unharmed, but you still got the injury.
Okay, he's bruised at the moment. I am.
So you got a smack on your face as the walker's trying to claw its way into the car
I would like
as
to,
it holds on.
assuming I'm not a driver. I don't know cars, but I know an ambulance because I work in the hospital. I would just assuming is the window glass broken or just lowered. I will
It's lowered.
I will lift the window like like fucking like while I'm holding the radio and just pull like it's going trying to go up.
So you have your hands off the wheel now.
No, I'm holding the radio on the thing. Like I'm just pressing it because like panic of like driving. I'm trying to keep comms open so they can hear the panic.
No
I am
problem.
trying so hard to think of what I can do to help. I have no.
I know. I'm so sorry. I know you're all safe. Joe, you have 2 dice to roll because that's wits tech, and then you'll have a stress die to roll. Please roll them now.
Otto is just gonna be like looking over at Chris, like, remind me again who the hell decided Tenza be the idiot in shotgun?
One! I rolled a one!
Tenza, probably.
I rolled a one!
You're gonna argue with it?
I rolled a
No, you're wrong.
I rolled a one. It's stress.
Oh,
Not
stress,
a cry.
goddammit.
I wanna cry.
You rolled another walker?
Kill him.
I rolled
Sorry,
a,
you rolled another
I
walker.
rolled a one, so it's a walker.
Unstressed.
Hey, it's 10 guys, 10
I'm afraid you'll have to roll 2d6.
Me?
Boy.
Yes.
3 and a
Well.
4.
And Tenza suddenly is yanked out of the ambulance.
I am like, how many? I am. Wait, is there like a horde in front of us?
It's not a full horde. It's still a crowd. And when for volume, it's a threat level 2 swarm. So if you look at the Haven sheet, that sort of gives you a idea. Threat level 2 is 11 to 20 walkers around your vicinity at one point in time.
Okay.
That's a lot, though.
Enza disappears. He's pulled out of the ambulance.
On-
What do you do,
on
Joe?
on instinct. I will actually stop the ambulance and everybody will feel it. I am panicking.
And as you press on the brakes and the ambulance comes to a complete stop, Tenza, you see the walker that has yanked you to the ground is now trying to claw at you while the others are closing in. You instincts kick in and you're just beating the hell out of the one that grabbed you.
I
You take another point of damage, I'm afraid.
yeah. I will start.
And your stress up 1.
Okay, stress 1. Can I shout
So
on the
Tenza, I
radio?
need to know what, I need to know what you're doing, Tenza. After you beat this walker to let go of you and now realize there's around 20 walkers closing in.
Basically, if he kicks it off, he's gonna get up. Like considering like where a lot of them have blocked his way to the ambulance, tries and finds whichever direction. Gonna have shoot that direction, sort of just get out. So basically, like he's surrounded. One section that like zombies kind of run at them and basically
Try to shoot a path out.
Yeah, shoot those two and then yelling at them to keep. He'll find his way.
Not a problem. Please roll your ranged combat. That's 4 dice. And your stress. Keep in mind your stress went up by 1 earlier.
Yeah, I've done that already. Or do I add pistol?
The bonus 2 from the gun. That adds.
So yeah, absolutely. Nice. That.
Everyone's waiting with bated breath to know if you'll survive.
Oh my.
Could we have done something at this point if the
Yeah.
if the ambulance is stopped?
2 successes.
Yes,
no
but
walkers.
of course, we'll see first if Tenza survives the initial fall.
2 successes.
Because the moment he falls, the ambulance is just stopping this moment.
2 successes, no walkers.
You're shooting at those that are getting close. You're buying yourself time. The ambulance skids to a halt. Those inside realize, oh crap, we've stopped.
I will.
Jacob is shoving the door open to get out. Does anyone stop him?
No, I'll probably have my gun ready for when the door
Yeah,
opens to see what I see.
Just for
How about
like,
you, Otto?
Otto's gonna shove Jacob aside. He's gonna go out first because he has the shovel.
No problem. So as Jacob's reaching for the door, Otto, you shove him past and you shove the door open and get out.
Yeah.
In the radio, you could hear Joe
Yeah,
blaring and
I
you're
would,
yelling what?
I'm just shouting like the panic of like Tenza was grabbed, pulled out of the window. Like what the fuck? Like I was like, what the fuck? He's like he got pulled out of the window. What the fuck?
I do mean to say.
And Otto, as you
Being a
rush
little
out,
distracting.
as you rush out, Otto, you see Tenza shooting some of the walkers nearby. Sorry, you were saying, Tenza?
I'm not. Enza's not standing there and shooting the ones around him. As I said, he's basically looked for the easiest way out, ran towards those ones and shoot those ones out instead of like standing in one spot. And he did yell out to them that he'll find his way.
No, we're not
if he
accepting
gets-
that. No. With 20
No.
walkers. No.
Too late. We're already here. We're already here.
You're yelling that you'll find your way. You're shooting at the parts where the walkers are less, which sadly does mean you're moving away from the ambulance.
Yeah, that's. But to him, that's.
And
like
as
the
you're doing
easiest
this,
way.
Otto, yes, as you're doing this, Otto, you get out. You're the first one out with what weapon?
With the shovel out.
Some of the walkers are slowly turning as they realize you're near them. Please roll your close combat and stress.
Oh boy. I get to roll 8 dice. And then stress. Okay, I've gotten 3 successes from the close combat and then 1 success from the stress. No failures.
So you actually mm, you actually cut through 5 of the walkers as you're swinging your shovel and stabbing it, and you know, um, using it as effectively as you can to try to clear the path.
What is the
I,
path looking like now, may I
Chris,
ask? Like,
I need to know, Chris, are you staying to survey and try to strategize things, or are you rushing out to help?
it depends on what I'm looking at.
Well, that's the thing. So if you're going to study first before you
no,
rush out,
I'm trying to answer your question, but like it's directly in front of me. What am I seeing? That's what I'm asking you.
lots of walkers moving and 2 people attacking them. One seems to be moving away from the car. The other one is in position, swinging at anything close.
Okay, so what I guess I'm asking you is how far is Tenza away from the back doors where I currently am?
Quite far.
Quite far, because he
He's
fell out.
probably
Okay.
around 15 to 20 feet away.
Uh-huh. Okay. So is he surrounded or is he...
You're all surrounded because you were plowing through a swarm of walkers.
Okay, I
So
understand.
they are
Okay.
pretty much emerging from.
No, I think I'm better off trying to clear a path. Context internet. He does have a I don't care if I die, but that doesn't mean he's going to throw it away willy nilly. He's not stupid.
Yes.
So what he will do is he's going to climb onto the roof on his belly, and he's going to attempt to basically strategically shoot the ones that he needs to shoot, so that they can cut and zigzag through to get to the back doors.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do right now.
To represent this, it will be an agility and range combat roll.
Okay. Don't have the best range combat, but it's better than nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You are using a pistol,
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
so that gives you 2 extra dice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 2 successes. I honestly don't remember if I have stress, but I don't seem to remember that I do. So
Your sheet. Checking your sheet, you have 1 stress, so roll one more die.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Roll with pips. 2. So I'm all good.
You get to the roof. One of the walkers nearby tries to snap at you, but it misses you. And realizing that's one of the closer ones, you shoot it in the face easily. Seeing Tenza moving away from the ambulance, you start sniping at the ones trying to get to him from behind.
And I'm gonna knock on the windshield to indicate to Joe that I'm here. Don't drive off suddenly and let me slip off. And I'm gonna say, "Cut through!" as I'm trying to basically give them a path to do so.
Metal flying, heads lopping, gore splattering in different directions. No one has rolled more walkers, which means the threat level is going down.
Okay.
You are thinning the herd.
Nice.
Wait,
Actually,
Tenza,
I do have a question.
yes?
Where's Arjun? Where's the society group?
They're
Is it in
somewhere
their
there, but I'm assuming you're
Somewhere
too busy
funny.
fighting what's around you to notice what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Tenza, you've been shooting your way away from the herd, and you are starting to reach the side of the road where they're thinning in number. There are still a few walkers in your vicinity. Do you continue your tactics because they're working so far? Or do you try to stand your ground since in your periphery you have noticed your friends have, well, your companions, maybe not friends, have popped out of the ambulance?
Yeah. We've been.
He wouldn't be shooting towards the group to try and make his way there because, shooting towards allies, even if you're shooting at enemies, is a dumb decision.
Yes.
Like, for those skilled like Chris, who's shooting him whilst whilst Tenza is also in that direction, is good as well.
It's always a risk.
It is always.
That's where the stress dice come in.
Yep. He's gonna continue his thing, but he's sort of trying to angle where he can go along the side of the road in a sense where he'll be in front of the ambulance, so if everyone were to get back in and Joe were to drive and he could just jump back in, that might be a way.
So
The rear doors are open.
Yeah. So from the ambulance, you've gone out. You've gone away from them. Now you try to do a wider circle to go back to the front. Is that right?
Be ahead of the ambulance in a sense. So if they see that Enza's like up ahead, then yeah.
Okay. I'll make this a mobility roll. You're still shooting. You're still shooting the walkers that are too close. But what's more important here is if you can get to the position you need to. So this is a mobility roll. That's 5 dice. Wrong sheet. That's 4 dice in total for you to use. However, yes, it's 4 dice. I just double checked.
4 dice.
So far, your armor has kept you from dying. Keep going. You can roll now, and then roll your stress.
There's one walker.
God damn it.
You get to the side of the ambulance, and as you approach the side of the ambulance, the ground gives way beneath your feet. You know how some roads have a side that is a ditch side, which acts as a drain? It's a bit lowered compared to the rest of the surrounding ground.
Yeah.
Oh, canal.
Tenza, you find yourself suddenly falling. And the next thing you know, you're face down onto the ground.
Yay.
As you hit the ground, vanishing from view, falling into this ditch, you hear a few more gunshots, and a walker, head exploding, starts falling on top of you. You've survived this way before.
He is going to gain the dead zombie.
Oh, God.
And as you stand steady, Joe, you see Tenza on the side of the ambulance, but then at one point, with guns firing, with walker heads exploding, Tenza suddenly is gone. You've lost sight of where he is. You hear Arjun's voice yelling in the distance. He's down! He's down! We gotta go! There are more coming!
I shout, Chris! Do you see Tenza?
Would I?
You can try to roll scout to see if you spot him in the ditch.
Okay.
Enza is acting.
3, 4. No successes, unfortunately, unless
And
I
then
get
stress?
one on the stress dice. 1. Walker.
Oh no!
God.
As you're looking around the sides, trying to find Tenza, one of the walkers suddenly lunges and grabs your ankle as well.
Okay.
It realizes you have very you have very exposed legs as far as it's concerned, and it tries to nibble a bite. Instincts quickly kick in. How do you deal with this?
I am going to... Well, if its face is visible, I would probably try and kick it off instinctually. Or wriggle free. Whichever seems more feasible. I'll say wriggle free, because that's more likely to be agility.
Yeah. Basing it on your stats, kicking it would be 4, wriggling free would be 5. So go
Yeah,
wriggle.
let's go 5. Yeah.
Please succeed
Okay.
in this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oi. 3. You know. Going everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And we're nearing the end of tonight's session.
Yep.
Yes.
2 successes and no stress.
You pull your leg free from the walker's grasp, and you see Jacob raised at the side of the door, his hand reached out towards you. Come on! He's right. He's hoping to pull you back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. If based on that, I'm going to assume that Chris basically just sees him go down, and I'll go bang, 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 and then slip down into the thing.
As he pulls you to the door, after you bang that Joe to start the car,
Yep.
he pulls you to his face. Where's Tenza?
I don't make eye contact.
He angrily shoves you into the ambulance and starts pulling the doors closed, yelling at Otto to get in. Otto, looking around, you have a clearing. A walker's closing in from your side when its head explodes from a shot from Arjun's group. A few more walkers are closing in, but you hear the ambulance's engine roar back into life. What are you doing?
Otto is going to do a quick scan in hopes of maybe possibly seeing where Tenzo suddenly disappeared to.
If I couldn't see him, how could you? I'm up there.
Do it.
I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
Do it, mister. I have no scout.
Yes.
2 stress.
So that's 3 dice and 3 stress.
Oh, for
2
fuck's sake.
successes.
Not 2 stress. You have 2
And then 2
successes?
stress. Yes, and then no stress.
As the ambulance starts moving, I presume you grab hold to ride with it, but still staying out to look around.
Yes, if
and as-
anything, he's probably gonna grab along the side real quick before probably hopping into the shotgun.
As the 2 vehicles move, with Arjun's vehicle following the ambulance, you don't see Tenza's body on the bodies littered on the road.
Which
And
doesn't
as the 2 vehicles continue on, and Jacob's yelling at you to shut the fucking door, it's that moment, meters away, that you see the walkers that were left behind still following the vehicles, but you are absolutely certain there is no sign of Tenza on the bodies on the ground. You think he must have found a way to crawl into a hiding place or run off and head for the lighter woods off the road.
Or he's
But you are
dead where you
certain,
can't see him.
you are certain his body is not dead on the ground.
The moment he notices that, Otto will shout out at the very least, Tenzo, when I fucking see you, I'll kill you myself!
Oh yeah.
Idiot!
And like
The
Joe's
car-
like, me too, Autumn. In my head, me too, Autumn, me too.
Is Jacob still grabbing me, by the way?
He shoved you into the ambulance,
okay.
but he didn't keep a hold on you once you were in.
I understand. Okay.
Anyone want a moment or a scene before we arrive? Just making sure, because we're closing the session.
Can I have?
Otto is at least going to say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you said.
Otto's going to at least say, well, he ain't dead.
Okay. If we end on a flashback scene of the first time Joe sees Tenza.
Sure. If that's our ending, then I'll just run this moment. Cars drive off. Tenza, I presume you'll give ours to pass to make sure that the walkers walk on.
Most definitely.
And I presume you're doing your additional talent now. You're like smearing the blood on you. You're
Bring the blood.
keeping the body against you to act as a shield in case any walkers show up.
Yep. Maybe carving a face off one of them.
Wow.
You start cutting up what you can to use as a protective windbreaker.
Can he pick up his spear again once everything's gone by?
You start looking around. You see the spear, and as you walk towards it to pick it up, a voice. Well, that's new. You stop.
Dun dun dun.
Slowly turning, you see a small group. It's hard to tell how many because it's darker now, and they're not using flashlights. But the main figure looking at you, I didn't know walkers picked up weapons. The guy is looking at you and trying to make sense of what you are. Do you talk and at least let them know you're human? Or do you still make them think you're a walker that was trying to pick up a spear?
I let them know.
I'm sorry? I'll let them?
I'll let them.
Sorry, I didn't catch it.
I'll let them know that I'm not human. That I'm not a walker. He's basically just gonna be like, I'm no walker, just hiding in plain sight.
The guy pulls back a bit startled. Now that's a good idea. He tells you, and then he raises his baseball bat and rests it on his shoulder. He offers a smile, but we will not know who he is for now.
You can't just drop that on me. You can't just drop it on me.
Flashback, closing scene.
You're welcome.
Ambulance drives into the farm. The ambulance is covered with blood and gore. And Jacob turns to you, Tenza, and to you, Otto, and says, so this is the farm.
He thinks Tenza's
We
there.
go in, we take charge of the place, and we tell them we'll make sure that we'll help everyone survive. Is that clear?
Right. This flashback, I was like thinking fucking.
Although,
Sorry, yes.
although it's just at this at this juncture, technically he's too tired to try and disagree. He'll just nod.
Jacob pulls out the family photo. He kisses it. I'm gonna find you, kids. I'm gonna find you. He stuffs it back in his jacket. And as he steps out, Joe, do you meet these people who have arrived at your farm?
This would be around the same moment. Joe is out of breath. She just this has been she just got there in her Jeep and she's running around calling for her parents, looking around. She went and circled the entire farmlands looking for her mom, her dad, her brother, she was shouting around and she was rushing back to the farmlands and she heard the car and she, despite being tired, she runs even more. And as she is it's a jumper and a shirt covered in sweat, she's expecting to see the truck, her dad driving up in a truck, but her face, that hope, is immediately dashed when she sees the ambulance, and she's catching her breath, looking confused. And I immediately reach for the shotgun because I don't know who this is, and I point towards the ambulance.
Jacob turns to you, Tenza. Whoa, 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 whoa! He told us to go here.
Looks dead stare at get out my fucking farm.
Be rude, Joe, but are your parents home?
I grit my teeth and chuck it. One more word, asshole. One more word.
Word.
And as we have that standoff in the flashback, we have the amused meeting in the present. To close everyone else, van moving, and I'll focus on the people in the ambulance. That's Chris and Otto and Jacob. Jacob is shaking his head and mutters, "We shouldn't have left him, man. We should have stopped and we should have checked if he was at least I mean, if he was dead, we could have at least made sure he didn't turn into one of them.
Would he have done the same for us?
He looks at you. I don't know what's your problem, man. You and Joe, it's always doomsaying. It's always like no one
I
can
am
be
asking
trusted.
you a question. I am not saying that he wasn't your friend. I'm asking you, would he have come for me if I was fucked?
Of course. It's Stanza. He
Is
came
it?
for me. Why wouldn't he come for you? Ah.
Oh my god.
We know who Jacob's anchor is.
He, yeah, Chris would probably just kind of go like, "You're right." He would come for you.
He shakes his head. He looks worriedly at the door. Otto, do you at least reassure him with what you've noticed?
Yeah, Otto is just good. Like, I assume Otto technically kind of hears the muffled, like angry Jacob from behind the, from behind his head as he like opens, like grabs the radio and says, "He ain't dead, just stupid."
Oh, there you go.
That hasn't killed him before.
No, Tenza's not stupid. I'm telling you. Among all of you, if there's one person I'd trust my life with, it's him. The guy's a survivor. He found me. He found many of the group. He'll find us again.
On that, I agree.
My point still stands. He's fucking stupid for getting fucking dragged out of the vehicle.
You're both right.
We end the scene with the vehicles driving on, and with our bird's eye view shot, we see what looks like a carnival ahead. There's a Ferris wheel, there's a roller coaster, there's the big tent, there's the walls, and then as we look at it better, we start to notice there's fences that have been set up, there's torchlight and watchtowers. And we see a large sign that says the big top entrance and all this and that. See your dreams come to life, but it's been painted over with the society. And we'll end there.
I want to know who's big top.
God damn it. But yes, oh my god. What a cliffhanger. While I'm processing this, I will do a quick... first off, thank you, Toby, for this wonderful, exciting session and for for allowing us to murder walkers for this run. Thank you. That was
Yay.
stressful. Yay. But we'll
We
do...
almost died.
Yay! And now we go do a quick round robin to check how everybody is and their favorite moment in the session. We'll start first with Sin. Okay, we'll start from the right now. Sin.
Oh, God. I'm feeling good, especially with how like, well, no, I'm not feeling good about Tenza, but I'm feeling good about the fact that like, that things are definitely happening now,
Yeah.
especially with the fact that, the plot is thickening, but also the soup is getting murkier. Because like, what the hell is everyone's stakes? What the hell is the society's stakes in all of this? Who the hell picked up Tenza? And what the hell are we going to do about it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Exactly.
As for my favorite moment, though, it's definitely having to watch Tenza get, or rather, hear that Tenza gets dragged out of the fucking driver's seat, or rather, the shotgun seat because he's a fucking idiot.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that, Sin. And now we go to Jack. How are you feeling?
Hi.
And what's your favorite scene in the session?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about that. We got some action. It was fun. I'm learning more about Chris every time I roleplay him. It's pretty interesting. I definitely didn't picture him as being as secretly dark as he's turning out to be, with like this like drug dealer past and all of that. That just happened organically through the story.
Yes.
And the favorite scene was probably, I mean, it's got to be the combat in general, but the fact that we, did try and help him, but Jacob can't see beyond his own blinders that we did that. So that is definitely going to be continuing tension, potentially getting real bad if when this happens again. Like, we will go out of our way to try and help, that's obvious, but not to Jacob unless we kill ourselves in the effort, which will prove interesting in the time to come. So yeah, as for me, you can find me on all the things on Jack Squarepeg, and in the Twitch chat. Ironically, I've just closed the chat, but in a second, in the Twitch chat, you will have access to my website where you can find my YouTube and my Twitch, and you can go ahead and follow those links to find links to our podcast that's going to be coming out very soon called Play Den. We've recorded 2 episodes so far. We're recording episode 3, which is going to be about vampires, which is for the Easter tradition, which I never thought about. And now I'm just like, Jesus was a vampire. That's dope.
Jesus was a zombie,
so that's
but he
gonna
could be a vampire.
It's true.
Blood of Christ.
I do not drink wine. So yes. So yes, everybody for watching and your support. Good having everyone in the audience.
Yeah. And hey, Vetra, how are you feeling? And your favorite scene?
I am feeling great. It was like that was the high rush of my character dying, probably going to die. The losing of the spear.
So close.
Probably could have gone through quite a few of all of the Walking Dead's different parts where it's just like, oh no, got bit, quickly cut off that one piece, and then no one ever does it again. He's gonna be walking amongst the zombies. Probably gonna be the only time ever until everyone meets the other group that learned from him.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yep. Favorite scene? I would have to say that everyone getting out to actually try and save Ten would be my favorite. It's just like Tenza's been a dick, but everyone was still willing to go out and try and get him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will remember it, and it's better.
He will remember it. He will remember that that Otto came out swinging with a goddamn shovel, and that you were up top sniping some of the zombies in the pathway.
And Joe actually stopped the fucking the ambulance.
The most important thing, really.
Yeah.
Oh, not my problem anymore. Bye.
That could have been so. That could have been so.
Honestly, I was half expecting that everyone was like that. Joe's gonna keep driving off.
No.
I would. It would have been pretty cinematic, wouldn't it? Just kind of like, oh no, I don't know what happened. Hey, whoops.
I also thought she wouldn't stop, and if she didn't stop, I would be like, "I'm so sorry, Vetra, but you're dead."
No. It's
I mean-
not in Joe's. It's not in Joe's principle to leave people behind. She still has that responsibility thing, even if it's with an asshole. But it's fine.
I like how it's just like one more word. Word.
Yeah.
This
Becoming Will Smith. Yeah.
The thing is,
Word.
someone says that and then you just say that, instantly 95-99% of people will have a brain short circuit for about 5 seconds.
Sure. Go ahead, but thank you for that, you little shit.
You're the one who married me.
I know. Okay, I'm just gonna real quick. I feel great. I felt stress. That I felt good stress. Is it stress? Maybe, but it's good stress. So it's stress. It's a way that gets the adrenaline going. So it was fun. My favorite moment actually that I would highlight is the fact that Chris and Joe had a very intense RP. Where they just had a back and forth where it was like, for me that was the moment where Joe just realizes that they're like, she has to deal with her shit and there are still people who want her to be that, like, she can't escape the responsibilities of things. Like no matter how much she tries to run away, she will still be responsible for things, whether she likes it or not. Like, accountability. That's great, and I love that.
It honestly, from Chris's perspective, it was more just pick who you want to be. Don't be both. Like, you can't be both because you're going to get us killed if you do.
Yeah. And she was
that was the point he was trying.
Yeah, and she was just like, I don't.
Also, that you shouldn't trust these people, and they are probably not going to give you what you want.
Yeah, that's true. But she's like, I need answers for my parents. Anyways, it's great. It was a great fleshing, and there was like little hints here and there, especially with a flashback of like painting a bit more of like Joe not exactly being the leader that people see her to be. She's definitely, flawed. And as we end real quick, before I give it over to Toby, I just want to share tomorrow we're gonna have a cool one-shot of Metamorphosis. Actually, Toby, can you give us a bit of a background while I slap the image for tomorrow as a little teaser?
Oh, sure. Metamorphosis is a game where all the players play characters who wake up and find themselves in an immense machine, and there are other people who are also in this machine, and everyone's trying to find a way out and survive. It's a survival horror game. Player characters are expected to die, so players will try to find ways to escape the machine and its horrible parts as they gain knowledge and find ways to survive. It's going to be an interesting romp. It's like the Saw minus a serial killer. And we'll see how much fun we can go playing it. It'll be our first time to play it, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this because it's also, I think, using Powered by the Apocalypse, which I'm very familiar with. I forgot to ask about the playbooks because I really wanted to take a peek on what the playbooks would be.
Oh, there aren't any.
There aren't any. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hence the character keepers I made, it was just a bunch of stats, and that's
okay. That's cool. That's cool.
It's very different from the usual Powered by the Apocalypse playbooks.
Yeah, actually.
Approach.
Yeah, like I thought there would be like some stereotypes we would pick, but that's interesting. I'm looking forward to learning it tomorrow. If you guys want to tune in to that will be tomorrow night, 6:30 Philippine time, 8:30 Queen's time. Hopefully, I'm just hoping that Storm doesn't do a power outage in the middle of it, because I do want to play this game. And also, next week, real quick, are we allowed to Jack? Are we allowed to say about what we're gonna do next week? What we're gonna do next week? Are we allowed to say the thing I'm doing next week, next Thursday? Thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yep. And next Thursday, I will be running Durian Hotel for the lovely folks, or Yellow King, or which one? Which one are we running? Yellow King?
You wanted to run Durian. Let's run Durian.
Durian Hotel. I'm running Durian Hotel for Women's Day.
For women's.
For the women's.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
On next Thursday over at Jack's Spot. So I'm excited for that.
Yep.
Durian Hotel. We're gonna do shake, rattle, and roll energy for the Filipinos out there. We're gonna be classic Filipino horror movie in a haunted hotel.
Yep.
Pew, 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 pew.
Which I'm jealous I don't get to play, but yeah, it's going to be an all-femme presenting cast. So that's going to be the game. It's going to be fun.
Yay! Awesome. And yes, that will be all. And thank you again for the players and for that will be all. And thank you, Toby, for running the game. Thank you for the players for joining us. We are going to raid out on over to. I actually forgot who am I gonna raid out to. Does anybody think I'm gonna check real quick? Who am I gonna raid out to? Uh, why is somebody playing Microsoft Windows 98? That in
I love that game.
actually,
I actually was.
I actually am curious too. Like, what is that game? Okay, we're gonna check that.
Oh, it's a
alright.
little foxy.
Alright, we're gonna raid out to Sakamoto Mito and just be nice to them and send them my regards or send them a block of cheese, whichever you prefer. And we'll see the gang next week, hopefully. If you know, with the schedules and times and all that, we'll do it again next week and see if we find the answers about the society and every question we have for this game. Till then, we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Love that. Oh my